if you talk about network, if you talk about confidence, if you talk about clarity, I think it is only because of this MBA that I did in UPS.
Those hostel life and Masuri visible at the night from the top of your hostel. Bhook lagi to you can just rush to Masuri to have a Maggie. I mean, this is something we just still cherish and will forever cherish.
That's really what you miss out of college. The life, the learnings, वो तो है, but the friends that you make, they are for life going to be there.
The way things are happened or folded in last 4-5 years, I think transformation is ready for these juniors, and they can do wonders if they maybe engineering background or maybe MBA background. The platform is set for them.
Back in time, I used to think MBA in power management. I don't know how will my career be after 10 years. Standing today, when I turn back, there are very, very limited people in the industry who have this deep technical knowledge related to one particular domain.
So somehow it gives you exposure to all the domain, and I'll just add that as you will be a specialist, but at the same time there are programs wherein you can come and you can explore and understand various industries.
Hi everyone, welcome on board. This is Anisha here today in conversation with Bharat, Saurabh and Sudeshna, who are MBA graduates from UPS from various different specializations and working in different industries. We have someone working at PwC, HPCL, different places. So more than me, you're going to hear from them. So why don't you just give us a quick walkthrough? Saurabh, probably you can take the lead and tell us what have you been up to post MBA.
Hi Anisha, pleasure connecting here, and thank you so much for inviting me to join this call. I graduated in the year 2014 in the 2012 to 2014 batch from MBA in power management, specialized in power management, and since then it is now 11 years, but still doesn't feels like it. Just feels like I was still in those Bidoli classes, the lovely weather out there in Dehradun, and the amazing a bunch of people that we were studying with. So MBA is the thing that teaches you how to manage people, how to manage their behavior, how to anticipate behavior and be prepared for that. That's one amazing thing I learned in MBA. That was my personal learning, learning to manage people. And that one skill set till date has been the biggest backbone of whatever small bit of success that I have today. Today, I'm leading as the director, the vertical energy, utilities and resources at PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of the big four consulting companies. The way society works, now you're done with your MBA, get married immediately. The pressure of marriage and the performing your parents' expectation, jumping into a startup risk by quitting a very, very safe, secure job. So these were all tough calls to take at that point in time. But when I turn back and see the pages that I've left behind, the biggest good decision, one of the biggest good decisions that I took was taking this risk of joining a startup. What a massive learning. Joining a startup as an intern and then scaling up till the directorial positions, shareholding director in that company. I got the company Climate Connect, which was the startup, acquired twice. So 2 times mergers and acquisition experience. So this is something you don't get very easily in a conventional structure and growth, the normal way of growing in an organization. So until you take the right amount of risk, you will not get into that exponential curve, which is super, super important, is what I personally feel.
That's amazing. How about you, Bharat? How has life been?
Yeah. In MBA, we used to have those like PowerPoint presentations. We need to understand what are the business cases. But coming to the corporate, it is like from PowerPoint presentations, we have come to pressure points. Deadlines are tighter. More professionalism is expected in our day-to-day routine jobs that we have been doing. But at the same time, the learning, whatever had been in UPS, I think it is worth it. It is not only about the professionalism that I got there. It is like personal relationships that I have got. Then if you talk about network, if you talk about confidence, if you talk about clarity, I think it is only because of this MBA that I did in UPS and because of the faculty members that were there at our time. And we were one of the luckiest batch, like first one in the Bidoli campus.
Awesome. That's amazing. How about you, Sudeshna? How has your life been?
Talking about campus, it was about, having the discipline, being there, attending classes, bringing in that framework and structure when you go for the presentations or try to learn things. But having said that, those things somehow helped me. Now, if I talk about life after MBA, of course, at the beginning, it was quite ambiguous. So anyone's dream company, I joined Reliance, and this was for an integrated supply chain vertical. I joined as a management trainee in Mumbai. So coming from a small city, then to Dehradun, then to Mumbai, it was, I will say, humongous change for me as a human as well as a professional. But again, Mumbai treated me well. The people whom I worked treated me well at various organizations. So far, so good. Things has been good. So initially, it was more about being there, how consistent you are.
Right.
Are you able to meet the timelines? Are you good with execution? And then as you grow up in the career, it is more about the business realities. Do you understand the pulse of business? Do you understand people? So Saurav rightly said, handling people is difficult. And as a profession, I have a people facing profession, so my core roti comes from handling people 360 degree, 365 days a year. And somehow over the years, now with what, about a decade overall professional experience and 8 years post MBA, that you realize it is always better that when you align with people, when you try to understand what is the ask, what is the expectation, you are able to deliver. Your credibility comes from that. And it's and networking and influencing people always works, and as I said, so far so good. All's well that ends well. I think the journey is still continuing, but so far so good.
Lovely, that's amazing. So how was life, in Dehradun? I have been to the campus once a couple of years back, and yes, very beautiful, very picturesque. How was it living there for 2 years and studying? How was the Dehradun life?
I think I'll take that up. The most difficult part of being in that campus is studying. Such a DDLJ kind of location. कौन पढ़ाई करेगा? Oh my God. One of the most beautiful campuses, by the way, and we were fortunate enough to have the Bidoli campus, getting a chance to study in the Bidoli campus.
Yeah.
Those hostel life and Mussoorie visible at the night from the top of your hostel. Bhook lagi to you can just rush to Mussoorie to have a Maggie. I mean, this is something we just still cherish and will forever cherish. There's one of a filmy life that we lived there, and meeting people from so many cultures, so many domains, a multicultural experience excellently. The more number of people that you meet, the more is the amount of learning that you get. That's what I believe.
Awesome. How about you, Bharat? It's been more than a decade done with your MBA working, and how was life then?
In the campus, we had a hostel, maybe once you enter that Prem Nagar thing. So there we had late night, what you can say, corridor discussions that we miss now. And even if you talk about our, like Saurabh was telling Mussoorie visits, it was like, okay, campus khatam ho gaya, let's plan out. And Gedi, like in Chandigarh, it is Gedi route. So it was like, chalo, ek Gedi Mussoorie ki maar gaya. So all those things. And above all, friendship. Maybe in the corporate culture, you have your corporate friends and all, but I really miss my friendship. And
wow, that's so amazing. And I mean that's really what you miss out of college. The life, the learnings, wo to hai, but the friends that you make, they are for life going to be there. And it was such an amazing conversation. Before we wrap up, any advice you would like to give to all of these 21, 22-year-olds who are listening to us, one learning that you have from your journey till now?
I think my only, what you can say, suggestion or to my juniors or whosoever is coming there is, you don't chase numbers, you don't chase grades. You acclimatize yourself, like what can change, because it is a journey of personal growth, what I feel. Once you join, the way you think, the way you interact, the way you behave, it comes. And in UPS, what I tell you, like Manish Madan sir is one of our, I think he was there in 2005 as maybe in the administrative department, and now is holding a very senior position.
Yeah.
The way he interacts at that time, and maybe after 20 years, 2 decades, when we interacted with him in Mumbai, it is just the same. And one thing that he has made ensure in our maybe alumni meets or wherever we meet him, he always says it is you that has made the university. We may be there or we may not be there. So my only thing is that maybe juniors should not be chasing the grades. They should be only chasing the growth. And in this university, the way things are happened or folded in last 4-5 years, I think transformation is ready for these juniors, and they can do wonders if they maybe engineering background or maybe MBA background. The platform is set for them.
Awesome. That's amazing. I think that was a really lovely conversation with all of you. Thank you so much for coming on board today, making time from your hectic schedules. And I'm sure the students who are listening were also loving this discussion. And if you have any further queries, questions, whether it's about UPS, the specializations, the programs, feel free to drop in the comment section and we will take it up for you.
And to the young, the students coming in, there are a couple of things from my personal learning I want to share with them. First thing is, don't be scared at all. ये मन में कहीं पर भी never have a thought कि okay, should I do or should I not do? If the thought is between should I do or should I not do, the answer is yes, go and do it. Yeah, you had the perfect age to do it. Experiment, try, explore. Just try it. Nothing to lose.
I'll say that it gave a platform, to experiment, to meet with people. Because I come from Odisha and there are colleges in Odisha or nearby Odisha where I could have done. But probably I would have been subjected to that location, But because I came to UPS and being in a regular management course, I got a platform to interact with people who come from power management or oil and gas or logistics and supply chain. And coincidentally, I got a placement in logistics and supply chain, vertical, So somehow it gives you exposure to all the domain. And I'll just add that as you will be a specialist, but at the same time, there are programs wherein you can come and you can explore and understand various industries. And I say that with a lot of conviction because I had experience in automotive, then I moved to e-commerce, then I moved to pharmaceuticals, and then I am an excipient. So somehow I have sustained in all the industry because it was kind of engraved while being in that place,
Yes.
And I totally agree that make friends and don't fear. There should not be an ounce of fear. You are at a protected place and in good hands. So all the best to the students as well.
Awesome. That was amazing. I think thank you so much, all of you, for making time for all of us today. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.